Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Bunky Cook here, aka your Lonely Achievement God, continuing our From 0 to 1000 achievement hunting series with the game Duck Life Battle. Duck Life Battle is published by Mad.com and developed by Wix Games. It was initially released on the 10th of July of 2019 and is currently purchasable for a price of $4.99. There are 24 achievements for 1000 G, and more than likely you're going to be spending between 3 and 4 hours to get all of the achievements. We're going to run through the list really quick here. As you can see, 24 for 1000. We have an achievement for creating a duck that's going to unlock immediately. Gain a level in every skill, reach level 50 in a skill, reach level 50 in every skill, and there is one more achievement for reaching level 100 in every skill. There are 5 different training centers throughout the game. Each one of them will give you 20 levels or so in each skill. Once you reach the 20 levels, you cannot get any higher in that skill at that training area. The mini games are very simple and are simply a matter of just playing over and over, even if you aren't good at them, and you will be able to level up your skills. I will not be showing the entirety of the training sessions. I will show like the first probably minute, if that, of each minigame so you get the gist of what is going on, and then I will just pop back in when we reach the level cap for that training. So the videos are going to be a little bit shorter than you will actually be spending throughout the game. Win a battle dressed as a watermelon. We'll be handling this fairly early in the game. The Wonder Wheel, we have to spin it once and spin it 5 times for an achievement. The Wonder Wheel tends to be random of where it spawns in, so in my notes I have locations where the Wonder Wheel is supposed to show up, and sometimes it might not. If it doesn't, at the end of the game you do get the ability to fly around to every island and area that you've been, and you can just fly around until you run into the Wonder Wheel. You may run through the game and you may get 4 or 5 spins just by running through the game. That might happen. You might finish the game and still need 3 spins, and you'll have to fly around and find the wheel again. But it can only spawn in one of the 6 areas of the game, so it's relatively easy to track down. Learning to jump is story related. Winning a tournament is story related. You can equip equipment, of course, and upgrading them once will get you an achievement. Upgrading it all the way will get you another. I will be detailing when to upgrade your equipment as we go through the game together. Buying an item from the shop will get you an achievement. Getting a makeover will get you an achievement. This is not available until the very last island, so we'll take care of it then. Having 500 and 1000 coins in your inventory will unlock an achievement. I do want to warn you about this one because of the Wonder Wheel and the way you play the minigames, your coins are never going to line up exactly with mine. So there's a good chance that these achievements will unlock at different points for you. I will warn you when we're about halfway through the game or so, maybe 2/3 of the way through, when we get to the point where I'm going to start spending coins on upgrading things. And that is when you're going to want to finish grinding out these achievements if you don't have them, because after that you'll have to probably drop down to 300 to 400 coins after we spend them all, and you'd have to build your coins back up. So I do have a strategy outlined for the coins. Win a battle with a dragon actually is not you fighting a dragon. You need to find the item that is a dragon. Don't worry, I will show you where that is. Fly to a location is story related. Reach level 100 in every skill. Beat the Mallard gang in a battle, I believe is story related as well, but if not, I will be showing you it. Finding glasses for a short-sighted duck is a side quest. Perform a special attack is one of the first achievements we'll be getting. Defeat a duck with a single hit is one you're probably not going to be able to get out right off the bat. There are people who say that you can go back to an early tournament at the end of the game to get this to unlock. I wasn't having any success with that. So we're going to be saving an early NPC battle for later on in the game. So that's how we're going to tackle that one. Win a battle with no weapon or clothes. We're going to get this achievement right off the bat. And then this is the achievement for defeating the final boss of the game. So we're going to jump in here. I have a step-by-step text walkthrough that I will be following, and I will be posting it to my website, legwalkthroughs.com, if you prefer using text. But if you're not, we're going to go ahead and get started. You can choose whatever color, hairstyle, eye style, and color you want. And right off the bat, you're going to unlock your first achievement, Duck Designer, for creating your duck. And then a tornado comes and attacks all of you. You're a terrible king duck. And we drop in here, go through some training, and we're just going to head up and to the left to the training building. As I said before, I'm not going to be showing you all of the entirety of all of the training minigames. What we're going to do is, as you can see here, there are 5 different training classes for defense, health, power, special, and speed. Each training center will allow you to go up 20 levels, so we can get each of these up to level 20, and then we can no longer raise the level here. We'll have to find a different training center in order to do that. What I'm going to do in each of these training sessions is I'm going to start with defense, work our way across until we get level 20 and everything. I'm going to show you the first run or so, or 30 seconds to a minute of the training, just so you get an idea of what is going to happen, and then I will rejoin you when I reach level 20. Again, most of these I'll give you a little bit of commentary in the first 30 seconds or so, but there's not much to really know about the training. As long as you repeat it over and over again, you will eventually reach level 20. You can obviously do it quicker and perform better, but you don't stress out about doing well, because it's just a matter of hitting your head against the wall until the wall breaks, really. Eventually you will reach level 20 no matter how well you are doing. So we're going to start with defense level, we're trying to get to level 20. You're going to have a shield that you would turn around with the left analog stick. Again, you'll see little red indicators come where the volleyballs are coming at you. You just need to move the shield to where that is. If you get a yellow line, that means a coin is coming, and you can try to let the coin hit you. But don't go out of your way to get coins in the training. Just kind of let it happen. If things get very hectic, block the coins, worry about the volleyballs first. If the coins happen to hit you, that's great. If they don't, it's not a big deal either. The coins are not really worth worrying about. So, as you can see, it's going to get faster and faster, and you just need to keep up. So I will rejoin you when we have reached level 20. Welcome back, folks. We actually did all of that in one sitting. But as you can see, once you get to level 20, you'll get this little pop-up that shows up. And you can just let the next volleyball hit you, or in any situation, just let whatever the enemy is in the training kill you, essentially, and then you'll be done and can hit back to go back to the main menu and move on to the next training. As you'll see, we'll move on to health. For the health one, we're running on a treadmill. I recommend just running to the top of the treadmill. Occasionally a bomb or a coin will drop at the top, but don't worry about it too much. You're just trying to avoid the bombs. When it's at this angle, there is a chance for you to run under it when it bounces, but I recommend just running to this side. And then when it flips like that, running to the other side. Just do that a couple of times. More than likely you aren't finishing this one in one go, so. And I will rejoin you when we reach level 20. And we reached level 20. Again, we'll just let the next bomb hit us. I'm going to try to do a better job of explaining these. I don't think I did a good job explaining this minigame to you guys and gals, and I do apologize for that. I'm going to try to be better from this point on. You're probably looking at between 5 and 10 minutes for each minigame to get the 20 levels in each one. Some of them are going to take longer than others. Some of them are going to be extremely easy. For example, the power one here I always felt was one of the easier ones. You hold the A button to move the barbell up, so you can tap it kind of to keep it in place. And your other duck there is just going to throw volleyballs at you. You can see if they're volleyballs because his arm will light up red, and if they're coins, it will light up yellow. And I will rejoin you when we're done. And we reached level 20, and so you can let the next volleyball hit you in the face. We're going to move on to the special training now, and you just need to stop this, or press A when the center is in the green portion of the bar. It's going to move back and forth, so don't get too comfortable with it right off the bat. This one is very simple, and in my opinion is one of the easiest. Now that I said that, I'm sure I'll screw up. It does start to get more difficult. As you can see at the bottom, you have a bar, a green bar. If you hit it in the green, the bar refills. If you hit it in the yellow, nothing happens. You don't get penalized, but the yellow also shrinks. And if you hit it in the red, you take damage, essentially. The bar below dips, as you see there. So it's just a matter of timing your presses, and it starts to get rather difficult once you get to this. Okay, well, I might as well just show you this entire one at this point. Once you're done, you can just hit A bunch in the red to get it done. Sometimes at the end of your training, the special bar there will say level 20 max, and sometimes it just says level 20. Just ignore that. You did max it out. You don't have to worry about that. I don't know why that happens, but when you get back here, you'll see special is level 20. And now we'll move on to the final training, the speed training. This one is the most frustrating, simply because if you've been gaming for any period of time, you probably have the green, red, yellow, and blue colors assigned to the A, B, X, and Y buttons. And in this contest, they are assigned to the triggers. So if you gotta kind of unlearn the memory of the colors, because it'll screw up with your ability to do this training. So what's going to happen is in the middle here, this duck is going to raise a color, and you have to press whatever button corresponds to that color. Again, it can be difficult to figure out, and as you can see, once we get a level in the skill, we get an achievement for unlocking a level in every skill. But now you just need to focus on pressing the correct buttons at the correct time. Don't worry about trying to be perfect on this one. It can be very frustrating. No. Even if you play perfectly, you will more than likely eventually fail. So I'll rejoin you when we're at level 20. And once you reach level 20, just press all of the buttons over and over again until you fail. And we're done. That is our first training session complete. And now we just have to run across the island. As you can see, we should have 2 achievements at this point. We're going to back out there. And now we're going to run around getting coins. So run up here. You don't need to talk to that duck with the question mark at this time. We're going to run down this direction. When we head past this orange duck, go ahead and battle them. battles have nothing to do with you except for the special meters, and since we don't have a weapon equipped, we don't have to worry about the special meter. Battles just happen. Every once in a while, your ducks basically trade turns, but not entirely. You do occasionally go twice before your opponent does, or vice versa. They could go twice before you do, depending on your skill or speed stat, I believe. But as you can see, because we trained ourselves up, we have an immense amount of health compared to theirs, and eventually we're going to beat them, even though we do not have a weapon or any clothing equipped. But you don't do anything for the battles, except for the special meter, and we'll detail that once we get our first weapon. But in the sequel, you actually can do, like, press A before you attack to do the super-powered attack, similar to the Mario RPG games. So, I like that better. This is a little boring. There's not a whole lot for me to say as we're going through. But once you defeat them, you will get the Nudist achievement for winning a battle without any weapons or clothes, and you'll get wood, which is a quest item we need to escape the island. We're going to continue along the path here, collecting the coins. You'll see an item on the island to the right. Unfortunately, we cannot get that for a very long time, so don't worry about it for now. Go back into the shop, and we are going to purchase the boomerang. To purchase the boomerang, you have to select it, and then you have to go down to buy. That will get you an achievement for purchasing your first shop item. We're also going to purchase the watermelon body. So again, select it, then hit buy, and now hit exit. Once you exit out, hit X to open your inventory, and select the boomerang. That will equip it, and select the watermelon body to equip it. Once that's done, we're going to go straight down and talk to the yellow bird to battle them. Duck. I'm probably going to say bird and duck interchangeably throughout the game. I do apologize. But it's going to happen. So we're going to fight, and now we have a weapon and armor, and we're going to have a special meter. In the upper left-hand corner, you'll see our special meter and a percent that is going up. Once it reaches 100%, we'll be able to do a special attack. A ring will come in from the outside of the screen, and we'll need to press A when it gets into the green ring in the middle. So just be prepared. Press A when it reaches the center, and you will perform a special attack and get the achievement for doing so. Special attacks are also much more powerful, so it is always a good idea to time your special attacks. For the rest of this guide, I am going to assume that you are perfectly timing your special attacks. Run over, and we're now going to battle the purple duck. By fighting all three of these ducks on the first island, you get the items needed to repair the bridge to the north. Because the carpenter has no supplies, apparently, and needed us to bring him wood and rope. You wonder how he became a carpent duck. And a hammer. How can you be a carpenter duck or a construction duck without a hammer? Anyways, run north. The bridge will automatically repair, and we are good to go. What we're going to do is, once this path splits, we're going to go to the right here. Grab the coins. We're going to go up the left side of the path here and go to the training. And we got some more training to do, folks. We're going to start with defense, as always. This one is kind of interesting. You have dotted lines that show up indicating if it's yellow, it's a coin. If it's green, it's a snake. And you just have to avoid the snakes. Now, you are rubber banded to the center, so you can move to the left. And then when you let go of the left, you'll drop back to the center. You just need to jump, move left and right, and you can actually duck too as well. Get it? Because you're a duck. And you sometimes do need to duck to avoid snakes. And you just need to survive as long as you can. In the upper left-hand corner, you have your little bar. I didn't really mention this in the first training, but all of these training sessions, the bar almost always automatically goes up just from surviving. And that's why most of these challenges are just a matter of living for as long as you can, because you're always getting points when you're alive. That's not true of every single challenge, but 90% of them are that way. So, I'm going to go ahead and stop or pause it, and I will rejoin you when we have reached level 20. And once you reach level 20, just let one of the snakes run into you. That one is kind of one of the longer ones, if I remember correctly. So, it's kind of a jarring situation to come into from the first trainings that were relatively quick. The health training is one of the worst. It's not the worst. You just have to run back and forth avoiding the spike balls. You can catch them in your bucket to avoid getting hurt. Just be careful about flicking the stick too quickly. Because your duck will flip around very quickly, and even though that one apparently went into the pit, I blew up. I don't really understand why we're so sensitive with turning on this, but you just need to avoid getting hit by the spike balls. And while you can attempt to catch them in your bucket, it makes it seem like you lose coins if you do that, but I haven't noticed it actually causing me to lose any coins, and I did it again. I don't know why. I think I might be like turning right at the exact moment it goes in, so it changes my position and then I blow up like that. But anyways, I'll rejoin you when we reach level 20. And once you manage to reach level 40, not 20, past Bonky Kook, you can just let yourself get hit by one of the spike balls to finish off that frustrating training. And we'll move on to the power training. Power training is kind of random. You just have to press A to jump across when a branch shows up. I recommend not paying attention to the coins, because the coins are more than likely just going to get you killed. And eventually the branches will just probably come too fast for you to avoid them. As you can see there, I actually hit one of them and I went flying, so I'll rejoin you when we reach level 40. I accidentally skipped the pop-up because I was trying to avoid a branch, but as you can see, we reached level 40, so we're done with that training. That one's relatively quick and simple. Move on to the special training here. This one is kind of interesting. Don't worry, don't do what I did anyways. The lance tip is the only thing that interacts with objects, so the bombs can go through the rest of your lance. You just have to avoid hitting the bombs with the tip. And just like you're hitting your watermelons with the tip, once you get 3 of them, you get a boost XP, and you just need to keep doing this until you reach level 40. I'll rejoin you when we do. Once you reach level 40, just spear one of the volley bombs, and we will advance to our final training for level 40, the speed training. This one can be a bit confusing, simply because you have to manage both sides here. You need to change the color of the leaf in front of the cardboard to match the color of the ball that is falling on that side. The A button does the left bucket, the B button does the right bucket. And you just need to do this over and over again until you reach level 40. It can get a little confusing at the end. But I will rejoin you when we reach level 40. And again, I accidentally skipped the notification, but once you get to level 40, just don't change your buckets and eventually the wrong color will come in, or you can just switch a bucket so it's the wrong color, and you are done with the level 40 training. We're gonna leave. Oh, well, we're gonna go back into the training. No, don't do that. It was rude to make me go back in. And this time the Wonder Wheel is there, so feel free to run over and get the Wonder Wheel. As I said, it's kind of random as to when the Wonder Wheel shows up. So, as you can see, you can get 5 coins, 10 coins, plus 10 levels. I believe there's 100 coins, 20 levels, a level 4 item, level 2 item. This is all completely random, so none of what happens in this is relevant to my walkthrough, because I can't predict what you're going to get out of this. You might get a very good item out of this, and if you do, feel free to use it. If you would prefer, if you get coins, obviously that will accelerate your achievement progress. But there's no way for me to predict it, so there's no way for me to, prepare for it. We're only going to get 10 coins here, so that doesn't make much of a difference. But we will get the achievement for making our first spin. We're going to fight the watermelon-wearing bird, simply because we need that watermelon hat. And once again, it's just a matter of sitting here and waiting. And now we have the watermelon hat. So what we're going to do now is we're going to run over. We're going to fight this half watermelon duck. Once we do, we will get an achievement for defeating a duck dressed as a watermelon. That means we have to be dressed as a watermelon, of course. Luckily, we are allowed to use a weapon. What a watermelon, like a bullet seed type attack, like a machine gun of watermelon seeds. But as you can see, there's the achievement for popping that. We're not going to go into the cave. We're going to save those birds for later, on the off chance that we run into some problems with our individual achievements. We're going to hold off on we're going to purchase the police uniform. So go ahead and select that and buy it. And then equip it. And we're going to go to the left here. There's this purplish duck that is missing some berries, and we need to find them. So walk to the right. You'll see the blueberries up here. The other colors are way down at the bottom, so we're going to run all the way down here. There's the green ones. And the red berries are over on this side. Before you make it back to that duck to turn the quest in, we're going to go to the Cross Swords building, and we're going to partake in our first tournament. So go ahead and enter for 10 coins. As long as you have followed along with me, you should have no problems. You're going to fight 3 ducks in a row. Don't worry, you do heal between fights, so. If you do find yourself having trouble with this duck, his attacks are water-based. You can switch over to your watermelon costume if you so desire, because the watermelon actually resists water, but you should be okay no matter what. There is a whole system of resists and attacks and all that fun stuff, but it's not really worth worrying about it. But once you finish your tournament, you'll get the first place achievement for defeating or winning your first tournament. You'll get 100 coins, and this swagged out duck is going to talk to us and teach us how to jump. We'll get another achievement for learning how to jump. And with that done, we're going to go up to the back and move on. Actually, I apologize. We need to turn in the quest to that purple duck, although we won't be using the gardener gloves. Now we can go up. Grab our coins here. We're going to talk to that white duck there. No, we're not. We're going to go back down the steps for some reason. There we go. We'll get some firecrackers for talking to them, and we got some more training to do. As always, we'll start with defense. I am going to stick with you through this training because an achievement's going to pop. But for this one, we're just hopping on a trampoline, and we have a helmet. And we have to rotate our duck using right and left on the controller, left analog, in order to aim the helmet at the rocks to keep us safe. And you just need to do this for as long as you can. Once you reach level 50 in this skill, we will unlock an achievement, which is why I am sticking with you. I don't want to accidentally miss an achievement pop if I can avoid it, so. Whoops. Hitting them with your helmet actually gets you a lot more XP, but it's not really up to you. It's just the angle at which the game sent the rocks at you. So there's the achievement for getting level 50 in one skill, and I will rejoin you when we have reached level 60. And like always, once you reach level 60, just let yourself get hit and finish off the training. And we'll move on to the health one. Health one, you can press A and B to change your speed. I recommend just holding the A button forever. Doing flips in some of these will get you coins, but coins aren't really worth worrying about. And I will rejoin you when we reach level 60. There's not really much to this. You can slow your bike down with B, but I don't think it's really worth messing around with that. Just hold the A button, try to survive as long as you can. Even if you're driving very carefully, this is one of the more annoying or longer training sessions. So once you get to level 60, just wipe out and continue on, and we'll move on to the next training. Power training. This one is kind of frustrating because it's out of your control. You can see 4 blocks at the bottom of the screen there. One of them, a red light will show up and it will indicate that that block is going to fall out of the bottom. And then another block will fall in from the top. And what you need to do is try to push the new block into the hole and repeat the process over and over again. Sometimes the game will just screw you. There's nothing you can do about that. You just need to repeat this over and over again until you reach level 60. And I will rejoin you when we do. And once you reach level 20, just fall down the hole or have one of the blocks fall on your head, and that will finish off the power training. We'll move on to special here. This one is relatively simple. You just need to use the dots to try to aim where you're going to land. It goes very slow to start, but it does go significantly faster as you go through. Just do your best to aim. And as you can see, the dots are moving faster and faster as we go through. And once you reach level 60, and I do, I will rejoin you. So the achievement for 500 coins just unlocked while I was in the middle of the minigame. I apologize, I wasn't really expecting that to come about. But again, this is just kind of a random thing depending on how many coins you've been collecting and how lucky you got with the wheel. If you've spun it once or twice or however many times, and maybe you've gotten 100 coins each time, you might have unlocked the 500 coins achievement while we've been training here. You might not yet, and even if you haven't, that's not a big deal. There's a mini game at the level 4 training that is perfect for grinding out coins, so don't worry about it too much. As you can see, we reached level 60, and I actually think I'm gonna stick with you. Actually, no, I'm not. This is one of the worst minigames. So, I will rejoin you. You have to fly along this path and avoid the edges, and sometimes there are bombs in the middle as well. The problem with this one is that your experience goes up very slowly. This is a very long minigame, and so it's just kind of frustrating with how slowly the experience goes up, and you can't see. So, I will rejoin you at the level 50 mark, because we will be having an achievement pop there. I don't know if I'm going to survive to level 50, but I wanted to get in just in case I did. Looks like we're going to make it here. Once we do, we will have level 50 in all skills, which will get us the all-rounder achievement. We're reaching level 50 in every skill. The longer you survive, the more XP you get, but it also becomes more difficult. And once again, I will rejoin you once we reach level 60. And once you reach level 60, just run into the wall. Again, that is probably my least favorite training in the entire game. It's very frustrating. Back out. And we're gonna hope that the Wonder Wheel is around, but if it's not, I don't see it. We're gonna jump on down here. We're gonna attack some ducks in a cave. So we're gonna go to the right here. We're gonna fight this duck first. And we'll just continue on past him, picking up the coins, heading into the cave, and fighting another duck. We're gonna get run over by a cow, but it won't do enough damage to kill us, and we're gonna finish off our armored pal here. I'm really glad that in the sequel they put in the action buttons, because battles there's nothing really going on for us to be involved in when the battles start. And now we have the honor of wielding the lightning rod. So we're going to go into our inventory, and we are going to select the lightning rod. And return back to from whence we came. The Wonder Wheel is here, so we're going to go ahead and spin that. Again, it might not be there for you. This is just a random occurrence, so I cannot predict where it might happen for you. Ooh, we might get the 100 coins. Again, this might not happen for you. You might not get 100 coins, so that means our 1,000 coin achievement is going to unlock a little bit earlier than it would for you. We're going to go ahead and fight this purple duck here. And there's no music for this fight, apparently. But there is lightning. With that duck defeated, we're going to head over to the right here. And we have a tournament building here. We're going to go ahead and win all 3 fights in the tournament. This is a great matchup for us. Our opponent's weak to lightning. Shovel Dude can be rude because his special attack actually stuns you. But again, as long as you're hitting your specials properly, you will be able to defeat him. This one could be trouble. Once again, when you defeat this tournament and come outside, you'll get some coins, and our swagged out duck will attack or talk to us again and teach us how to climb ladders, because we were unable to do that before now. So what we're going to do is continue on. We're going to go to the right, climb the ladder, grab the 2 coins up here, and head to the right into a new area. We're going to go into the shop over here. We're going to purchase the fireman's hat. Now we're going to equip it. There is a chance that the magic wheel will be, I think, right here, so just keep an eye out if it does show up. We're going to go down here for the time being. We're going to head to the right. We'll get the coins over here. We'll get the coins down in the bottom right here. And head back north to get the final 5 coins, and we're going to start the training here. So we'll start with defense training. This one is very simple. It's kind of like an old school shooter. You have bombs dropping in from the top, and you need to fire bullets to destroy them before they reach the ground. On the left and the right, you have buildings. If the bombs hit the buildings, they just drop a little bit. If a bomb hits the ground, it is game over. So just do your best to keep wildly firing these water balloons to destroy the bombs, and eventually you will reach level 80. You do need to destroy the bombs to get points on this level. It is not just a matter of surviving. So do your best, and I will rejoin you once we reach level 80. Welcome back, folks. We got to level 80. Unfortunately, I skipped the message, so we're just going to back out using the menu there. That is also an option if you want to do that. It'll bring you back to the main menu of the training here. We're going to continue on to the health training. The health training, this one specifically, is the best one to grind out coins if you can get good at it. However, the controls are a little finicky. It does say to smash the analog stick. To the left to send coins into the duck, and right to send bombs into the disposal. Don't worry about smashing it to the left, only smash it to the right when a bomb shows up. And it is kind of finicky smashing to the right. So don't be surprised if you fail because the game doesn't register pressing to the right. Excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and start and show you what you need to do. Things are going to fall from the top, and when the bomb shows up, you need to press right, and it'll push the bomb into the bomb safe area, I guess. And you just need to let the coins go by and grab the bombs when they go through. And this is why it's very good for coins if you can survive for a while. As you can see, that time it didn't register me pressing to the right, but I got 30-some coins from doing that in probably like a minute or two. So it's very good, probably the best method of grinding coins in the game. So if you don't get to the 1,000 coin threshold fairly quickly, we're not quite at that cutoff yet. But once I tell you this is where we're going to start spending money, if you haven't gotten the 1,000 coin achievement yet, you're going to want to come back to this training to grind those coins out. And I am now going to go away and rejoin you once we reach level 80. And we've reached level 60. As you can see, we got, or level 80, excuse me, we got 60-ish coins again. And we're going to go ahead and back out and move on to the next training. This is the easiest training for me. You're going to want to line up close to where I did there. Maybe a little bit. And you can, for the first 5 or 6 birds that come in, or ducks, you can just do this. And you'll be able to, well, I missed it a little bit. But I haven't ever lost at this. And now that I said that, I'm sure I will while you guys are watching. But I've never actually failed this minigame. All you need to do is just keep hitting the ball. As long as it doesn't fall on your side, you're good. And so this is actually probably the easiest minigame, in my opinion anyways, to succeed at. No! See, of course, now that I said that, look, I never fail at this, I failed. But anyways, I kind of wanted to finish anyways, and I will rejoin you once we reach level 80. And of course, once I paused, I did the rest of it in one go. But now, once we're done, we can just let the ball fall, and we're done with that training. Now we'll move on to the special training. This one is just kind of a matter of replaying it. You have to stop the block exactly over the block below it. Every time you miss a little bit, it'll shave off whatever you've missed, as you can see there. And so you just want to try to get as high as possible. And you can be as careful as you want. You could just spam the A button, honestly, and get through this relatively quickly too, if you wanted to do that. Right. Okay, anyways, we'll rejoin you at level 80. And we reached level 80, so whenever you do, you can immediately just end it and fall to your doom. We got one more left of the speed training. This one is relatively simple. Just hold the A button. When you get towards the jump, release the A button, and you will fly off into the distance. And then just repeat the process. You just need to use the analog to kind of right yourself so that you don't dive into the dirt. But other than that, very straightforward. I will rejoin you when we've reached level 80. Once you reach level 80, just wipe out and you'll finish your training. And we are as leveled as we can be. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave the training, go straight down, and we're going to fight that purple duck over here. And again, not a whole lot to say during the battles here. We're just going to keep going through. Again, I will be doing a achievement walkthrough of the sequel, Duck Life Adventure, as well. That one's a little more involved, quite a lot more to keep in mind, and the mini games are a lot more frustrating. So we will be covering that on the channel as well. Hopefully we'll have the text walkthrough up. There is the 1,000 coins achievement. I think this is going to be earlier than you will get this. So I do apologize for that. Obviously, there's always going to be a little bit of variance in when some of these random achievements pop. We're going to go ahead and fight this light blue clown bird duck thing. Told you I'm just going to keep saying bird and duck, just like in Lawn Mowing Simulator. I kept saying week instead of day. That one's going to be a close one, so just make sure you hit your specials properly. And we get the water pistol. I'm going to run over, talk to this duck. We'll get a letter from him. We can't do anything with it quite yet, but we're going to go down into the sand swirl over here, which might just be a normal sand swirl, but to the keen eyes of the adventurer duck, it is another cave to fight a couple of ducks in. So we're just going to go through the paces here. Continue through the cave, collecting the coins. We'll fight the next duck here. And then we'll just do the same thing. Continue through, getting the coins, fighting the final duck. And around this time is where your 100 or 1,000 coins achievement should unlock for you. As before, this shovel duck is a pain because it stuns you. But as long as you hit your specials properly, you should be able to finish him off relatively easily. Now we got some coins and items to get. A cowboy hat, but we're not going to do anything with it right now. We're actually going to do a little bit of backtracking. Because while our suit here, can't remember, is it police armor, has done us well so far, it is about to get outclassed here. So we're going to go back and we're going to collect some armor that will be a little bit better for us. As you can see up top there, there's a pinkish, purplish duck. Before, we couldn't have fought this duck. I mean, we might have been able to squeak out a victory, but it wouldn't have been a guaranteed. So now we're going to come back and fight them because they're hiding some armor. And they're weak to lightning. Now we're going to go right and grab the electric wizard's robe, and we need to go into our inventory and equip them. We're also going to say goodbye to our lightning rod and equip the water pistol. And this is where we're going to spend our coins, ladies and gents. So if you have not upgraded, or excuse me, if you have not reached the 1000 coin achievement, go back to health level 4 training in the pyramid area and just grind out the coins on that challenge until you get the 1000 coin achievement. Once you do, then you can return to this and follow along with what I'm doing here. We're going to equip the water pistol and upgrade it once. We'll get an achievement there for upgrading an item. We're going to upgrade the fireman's hat twice. And we're going to upgrade our electric wizard's robe once. And now we're going to return all the way back to the pyramid. We're actually going to wind up being able to fly really soon, which will make backtracking much easier, but at this point we don't have we probably couldn't have made it through the pyramid with our police armor, so that's why we went back and got the wizard's robe. So return to the pyramid, go inside. It's another tournament. We're gonna fight and win all 3 battles. Just a couple more battles. And we're in kind of the last stretch here. As you can see, we've been playing for about an hour of recording time. That doesn't include all the training, so we're probably closer to 2 hours overall with all the training. And this clown here is going to be a lot easier than you'd think because he does resist water, but we're just so overpowered right now that it does not matter. You know, we'll get 200 more coins. We got that swagged out duck again. It's going to teach us how to fly. In order to fly, you're going to hit Y, and then you can choose wherever you want to go. For now, we're going to fly to the swamp. That'll unlock an achievement for us, the Airborne Flapper. And right off the bat here, we got our final training location, ladies and gents. So we're going to go ahead and take care of all of our training here. The only training achievement we have left is for getting them all up to level 100. So for now, we're just going to focus on defense. This one, you have to move left and right. Bombs will drop from the top. You have 3 seconds to push them off the platform before they explode. This is very straightforward. You're not going to be able to do this all in one go. So you're going to die a couple times and then restart until you get to level 100. And I will rejoin you when we do. Once you reach level 100, you can just jump off the edge or let a bomb blow up, whatever you want to do. That's the final defense training. No more defense training for us. We're going to move on to health. Health is very easy. This is probably the easiest challenge in the game. It's basically just a platformer. The only thing you kind of have to be careful of is if you get too close to an edge before jumping, you may fall off. But all you have to do is avoid the drips and jump forward. And the drips are very easy to avoid. Some of these gaps if you jump too late, the game just doesn't register you jumping. So it's a bit of an annoyance if it does happen, but that's probably the only thing that's going to kill you on this. It is very simple, so I will rejoin you when we are done. Once you have reached a point that you're at level 100, you can just sit under a drip, you can jump into the water, whatever you want to do to finish your run and move on. That was the final health training. Now we move on to power. There are 3 quadrants in this training, and in the center one, arrows will show you where spiky balls are going to drop, and you just have to avoid being hit by the spiky balls. More than likely, you're not going to be able to do this in one entire run, but maybe you will. Maybe you'll be good enough to do that. It does get rather hectic later on, so I will, as always, rejoin you once we reach level 100. Once you are done, just let the first spiky hit you, and you are done with strength training forever. We'll move on to special. This is one of the most annoying trainings. It's not difficult, it's just annoying. You are basically running a claw machine, and you need to pick up food. However, sometimes the button doesn't register that you're trying to drop the claw. Sometimes the claw will just drop whatever food you've picked up. Unfortunately, this can be a frustrating game simply because of that. I don't know if there's any difference in the food. Watch out for the combination that just went by, where there's food directly in front of a bomb. Right there, it didn't let me drop when I wanted to. If you try to get the food that is directly into a bomb, or in front of a bomb, you will always hit the bomb. Waiting for it to show up again. Like that. If you try to get that cheeseburger, you will hit the bomb. Other than that, just keep picking up food over and over again until you reach level 100. And once you reach level 100, you can just grab a bomb and finish off that training. And we're almost done, ladies and gents. The final training is the speed training. The strategy I use for this one is the color will appear at the top of the screen with a timer. Once the timer goes close to 0, the platform disappears. It's actually at 0.5 seconds. The platform disappears. And you just need to avoid being on the platform that falls into the water. I recommend using the red and blue platforms and just going back and forth. That means you have a lot less to worry about. There is occasionally going to be a point where you just can't avoid falling into the water, but I don't think it's worth worrying about all 4 platforms at the same time. So this is how I recommend going through. I am going to rejoin you guys and gals when we get to level 99 so that we can see the level 100 achievement pop together. Welcome back, folks. We're at 99, so we're gonna stick with you here until we get to the end. There is the level 100 Skill Master achievement for reaching level 100 in every skill, and now we can die. We have officially completed all of the training in the game, ladies and gents. Congratulations, pat yourself on the back. You should be at 16 out of 24 achievements. We still have to upgrade a piece of equipment all the way, get a makeover, spin the wheel 5 times, win a battle with a dragon, beat the Mallard gang, find glasses for a short-sighted duck, defeat a duck with a single hit, and defeat the final boss. So let's go ahead and start working on all of that. We're going to leave the training. We got some coins over this way, though at this point coins don't mean too much to us. We can't swim though, so we have to follow this pathway all the way around. We're going to stop and defeat this camouflage duck. I couldn't even tell there was a duck there, actually. The one thing to worry about, for some reason now, your special ring comes in much faster than it did before. So you just have to keep an eye out for that. I'm not sure why it's so much faster now, but it is. And it makes it a little bit more difficult to time it, so. We're gonna go past this duck, and he's like, help, I lost my glasses! But we can't do anything about that quite yet. We will take care of it, though. We're gonna work our way all the way around to fight the purple wizard duck down here. Go around, and you're gonna run into the Mallard gang down here. We're gonna fight all of them. What's interesting about our setup, and I don't know why this is, but this first one doesn't do any damage to us. Aw, man. Luckily, we missed it on the one that's not doing any damage to us, so it doesn't really matter all that much. I did it again. I apologize. I'm terrible at this. I'm the worst Duck Life battle player ever. I apologize. I had to take a drink of water there. But we'll get the first duck defeated and move on to the next one. And unfortunately, this one starts to do damage to us, so you have to be a little more cautious now. Make sure you're getting your specials. The good news is that his special doesn't actually do any damage to us. Later on, we do fight a duck with the same weapon that actually does do damage when it stuns, so it's more difficult for us, but for now, all he does is stun us for a little bit, and it doesn't affect us too much. Now we have the final duck. Now, if you do struggle with this duck, you could try using the lightning rod on him, as he's resistant to water but weak to electricity. But we shouldn't have too much of a problem. This duck's special is super powerful, but as you can watch the special bar on his side of the screen, it goes up very slowly. So I was just kidding. His special does nothing. So much for the Mallard gang, as it were. Achievement for defeating the Mallard gang, because that was a very difficult battle. And with that done, We're gonna actually fly back to the mountains, go to the left. Well, that's interesting. He's not supposed to be there anymore. Ah, hold on 1 second then. Did I skip a step? I did. I apologize. We need to go and do the tournament first. Then that guy will be gone. So, before we do, you can take a look for the Wonder Wheel. The Wonder Wheel is supposed to be over by the Mallard gang there. So, feel free to check just to make sure that the wheel isn't back. I apologize. That's okay. First mistake of the guide. It happens. It's kind of weird how sometimes there's music and sometimes there isn't. Wonder why that is. It makes me feel a lot less pressure when there's some sort of music going on in the background. If it's quiet, I feel like I have to talk all the time, and no one wants to hear this voice all the time. And we did it! Tournament's done. Duckland Waters is there to meet you. It's going to teach you how to swim, because ducks can't do that on their own. And we're going to fly to the mountains now. Nope, he's still not there. I wonder if we have to talk to that duck again. Let's try that. Because he should be gone. Yep, now he's gone. That's weird. I talked to him the first time, I'm pretty sure. Huh. I apologize for that. But now that we got the glasses, we can fly back to the swamp and give them to the duck. And we'll get an achievement for returning the duck's glasses. What we're going to do now is go into our inventory. We're going to upgrade the fireman's hat to level 4. We're going to upgrade our water pistol all of the way. That'll get us an achievement for upgrading an item all the way. And we're going to upgrade our wizard's robes all the way. And now all we need to do is swim down to our new island. Once you get down here, we're going to go down and to the left. We'll see the wheel, might as well spin that, get a third one in here. Oh, 5 coins, woo! Yay! Okay. But we do need to do that 5 times, so if you ever see the wheel, feel free to spin it. But we're going to head back up to the top. There's the bubble that we saw very early on in our playthrough. We can now get it. And we're going to go up over to the manhole here, and we're going to fight the 3 ducks down here. Continue on, fight the next duck. I think this was the duck whose special actually hurts us with that stone. It's a little bit more of a problem, but not too much at this point in time. Another one down, and then we just have the final duck over here. And again, just make sure you're hitting your specials and you should be fine. And with the final duck down in the sewer defeated, you can now get the dragon item. You got your dragon pet. Go into your inventory. We're going to equip the dragon pet, and we are going to upgrade it to level 5. If you do need some extra coins, again, that level 4 health training up by the pyramid is the best way to do so. We're going to go to our right here. We'll go ahead and fight this duck. Show off our new attack here. And our attack is actually super weak. But our special wrecks some So just make sure from this point on you're hitting your specials and you will have no trouble at all. There we go. There's the achievement for winning a battle with a dragon. What we're going to do real quick, though, is we're going to fly to the forest. We are going to equip our water gun, which is interesting. We had upgraded this. Why did it revert? Fine, we'll go back to the dragon. It shouldn't have reverted on us. Now I'm kind of worried. We're gonna go over to this cave here, where we left some birds unfought. We're gonna try to get that achievement for defeating them in one hit. I was gonna use the water pistol, although this one is resistant to water, so probably wouldn't have worked here anyways. There's our one-hit KO achievement, ladies and gents. There's actually no need for you to go any further in. We just need to get a makeover, find the Wonder Wheel, and we have one secret achievement, which is basically for defeating the final boss. So what you can do now is fly around and look for the Wonder Wheel. Wonder Wheel tends to be easy to spot when you pop in. And it's worth spinning the wheel now just to get the extra coins or items or whatever you may get. You may not get very much. We've been relatively unlucky except for the 100 coins we got. That was spin number 4, I believe. So once again, we'll just fly around to each area, looking for that Wonder Wheel. And there it is. And we'll spin one more time. You can hold the A button to keep spinning if you want, but it doesn't really do you any good. Or keep pressing it, I suppose, not hold it. Well, that's interesting. I didn't know you could do that when it was about to land on something. Ha! So if you don't like what it's about to land on, you could actually keep spinning it until it lands on something you want. Who knew? Are we gonna get 100 coins? Oh, I made it to the lab coat item. But regardless, I didn't know that. Something you learn something new every day, I guess. We got the Wonder Wheel achievement, so we just need to get a makeover and defeat the final boss. So we're gonna fly to the swamp. We can't fly to the city. We have to swim over. There's a no-fly zone in the city, I guess. Although we can fly out of it. Go over to the building with the scissors on it. And I don't even know if you have to change anything. Just change something about your duck and finish it off, and you'll get the makeover achievement. And all we have to do is defeat the final boss now. So just make sure that your equipment is all the way upgraded. And when it is, you can go down to the tournament building down here and hop inside. We have this final tournament to go through. With no music again, for some reason. But don't be alarmed that your special attack isn't doing anything. The dragon is where all your damage comes from now. So just hit your specials and you will have no issues whatsoever. We're almost done here, folks. I believe after this tournament, the final boss shows up immediately, so... And there we have it. We have defeated the final tournament. We're the mayor, I guess. No, we're not. But we do get the crown. And the tornado is clapping in the distance for us, because it knows that we only made it here due to the tornado's rough dealings with us at the beginning of the game. And now we're going to attack our blinged out duck. Now, if you do have trouble using your dragon, you can switch over to the water pistol, but again, like I tried, the water pistol reverted in levels. You should have no problems using the dragon to defeat him. Just make sure you hit your specials when they pop up, and you should be good to go. And we'll finish him off with the dragon. And there we go, ladies and gents. We got the Super Duck costume. And there is our 1000G. As always, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions or comments for me, let me know down below. I will do my best to answer them. I hope this walkthrough helped you get your 1000G. And I hope to continue bringing you achievement content in the future from the Lonely Achievement God. I really do enjoy this game. I recommend giving this one and its sequel, Duck Life Adventure, a look. I will be doing an achievement walkthrough for Duck Life Adventure as well, so keep an eye out on my channel for that. And as always, I would appreciate if you guys could check out my website, legwalkthroughs.com, but if not, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys giving me the views, likes, subscribes, all that fun stuff, and I will see you guys next time.